Everything you think you know about black holes is probably wrong. They are not holes, they are not empty, and they do not suck things in like a cosmic vacuum cleaner. What they actually do is so much stranger that even the scientists who study them admit they do not fully understand it. Inside a black hole, the laws of physics as we know them completely stop working. Time behaves in ways that should be impossible. Space itself curves so violently that every direction you look points toward the same place. And at the very center, there may be something so bizarre that our mathematics literally produces the answer infinity, which in physics is another way of saying we have absolutely no idea what is happening. This is what is really inside a black hole. And trust me, it is way weirder than any movie ever showed you. A black hole is born from death. When a star at least 25 times more massive than our sun runs out of fuel, something catastrophic happens. For millions of years that star has been in a tug of war. The nuclear fusion in its core pushes outward like a constant explosion. Gravity pulls inward, trying to crush it. As long as fusion is burning, they balance each other. But when the fuel runs out, fusion stops, and gravity wins instantly. The core collapses in on itself, at speeds approaching a quarter of the speed of light. We are talking about a mass larger than our entire sun being crushed into a space smaller than a city in less than a second. The outer layers of the star are blown away in a supernova explosion so bright it can outshine an entire galaxy. But the core just keeps collapsing. It passes the density of a white dwarf. It passes the density of a neutron star. It keeps going, and at some point it crosses a threshold where the gravity becomes so intense that nothing, not light, not radiation, not information of any kind can escape. That boundary is called the event horizon, and everything inside it is what we call a black hole. But here is the first misconception. A black hole is not a hole in space. It is an object, an incredibly dense, unimaginably compressed object. If you could somehow weigh a typical stellar black hole, it would be about 10 to 20 times the mass of our sun. All of that mass crushed into a point smaller than an atom. The event horizon is not a physical barrier. You cannot touch it. You cannot see it. If you were falling toward a black hole, you would not even know the exact moment you crossed it. There is no wall, no membrane, no sign that says point of no return, but it is the most important boundary in the universe. The event horizon is simply the distance from the center of the black hole at which the escape velocity equals the speed of light. Inside that boundary, you would need to travel faster than light to get out. And since nothing in the universe can travel faster than light, nothing gets out, ever. Here is where it gets really strange. Because of Einstein's general relativity, time and gravity are connected. The stronger the gravity, the slower time moves. At the event horizon, gravity is so extreme that to an outside observer, time for you appears to stop completely. If your friend was watching you fall into a black hole from a safe distance, they would see you slow down as you approach the event horizon. Your movements would get slower and slower. Your light would stretch into longer and longer wavelengths, shifting from visible light to infrared to radio waves. You would appear to freeze at the edge, fade to red, then simply vanish. From their perspective, you never actually cross the event horizon. You just fade away forever. But from your perspective, you sail right through. You notice nothing unusual at the boundary itself. The nightmare starts after. Scientists have an actual technical term for what happens to you inside a black hole. They call it spaghettification. And yes, that is the real word. Here is why. Gravity gets stronger the closer you are to the source. Right now, your feet are slightly closer to the center of the earth than your head. So technically, gravity is pulling on your feet slightly harder than your head. The difference is so tiny, you cannot feel it. Now imagine that difference multiplied by billions. As you fall toward the center of a black hole, the gravitational pull on your feet becomes enormously stronger than the pull on your head. This difference is called a tidal force. And inside a black hole, the tidal forces become so extreme that they literally pull you apart. Your body would be stretched vertically like a piece of spaghetti being pulled from both ends. At the same time, you would be compressed horizontally, squeezed from the sides, as gravity pulls everything toward a single line pointing at the center. You would be stretched thinner and thinner. Your atoms would be pulled apart. Your subatomic particles would be separated. Eventually, you would become a thin stream of individual particles raining down toward the center, like water through a drain. The entire process for a stellar mass black hole would take a fraction of a second. You would be dead long before you even realized what was happening. But here is a strange twist. For supermassive black holes, the giants at the centers of galaxies that are millions or billions of times the mass of the sun, The event horizon is so far from the center that the tidal forces at the boundary are actually gentle. You could cross the event horizon of a supermassive black hole and feel absolutely nothing. You would be doomed, but comfortable, for a while. Inside a black hole, time does not just slow down, it fundamentally changes what it is. Outside a black hole, you can move freely in 3 dimensions of space, left, right, forward, backward, up, down, but time only moves in one direction. Forward. You cannot choose to go backward in time any more than you can choose to stop aging. Now here is the part that breaks most people's brains. Inside the event horizon, space and time essentially swap roles. The direction toward the center of the black hole stops being a direction in space and becomes a direction in time. Just like you cannot stop moving forward in time outside a black hole, you cannot stop moving toward the center inside one. It is not that the gravity is pulling you inward. It is that the center is literally your future. Every possible path you could take, even if you had an infinitely powerful rocket, leads to the center. Trying to avoid the center of a black hole from inside the event horizon is exactly as impossible as trying to avoid next Tuesday. It is not a place you are being dragged to. It is a moment you are inevitably approaching. This is what Einstein's equations tell us. And this is where most people, including many scientists, admit that our understanding of reality starts to feel deeply uncomfortable. At the very center of a black hole is something called the singularity, and this is where physics as we know it completely surrenders. According to general relativity, all the mass that formed the black hole is compressed into a single point of zero size and infinite density. Read that again: zero size, infinite density. In mathematics, when your equations give you infinity as an answer, it usually means your equation is wrong, or at least incomplete. Physicists believe that the singularity is not actually a point of infinite density. That is just what our current math produces because our current theories break down at that extreme. It is like trying to divide by 0 on a calculator. The calculator does not give you a wrong answer. It gives you an error, because the question itself has exceeded what the system can handle. To truly understand what happens at the singularity, we would need a theory that combines general relativity, which describes gravity and the large-scale structure of space, with quantum mechanics, which describes the behavior of particles at the smallest scales. That unified theory is called quantum gravity, and despite being the holy grail of physics for nearly a century, nobody has figured it out yet. String theory is one attempt, loop quantum gravity is another. Some theories suggest the singularity is not a point at all, but a tiny vibrating loop of energy. Others suggest it might be a gateway, a bridge to another region of space-time, or even another universe entirely. But as of right now, the honest answer from the smartest physicists on the planet is this: we do not know what is at the center of a black hole. We genuinely do not know. The story of how we figured out black holes is almost as incredible as the objects themselves. In 1915, Albert Einstein published his general theory of relativity. It described gravity not as a force but as a curvature of spacetime caused by mass. Within months, while literally serving on the front lines of World War I, a German physicist named Karl Schwarzschild solved Einstein's equations for a perfectly spherical mass. His solution predicted that if enough mass were compressed into a small enough space-time, would curve so dramatically that nothing could escape. Einstein himself did not believe this was physically possible. He thought nature would never allow such an extreme object to form. He was wrong. For decades, most physicists ignored the idea. It seemed too strange, too mathematical, too far from anything observable. Then, in the 1960s, new discoveries changed everything. Astronomers found quasars, incredibly bright objects at the edges of the observable universe powered by something unimaginably energetic. The only explanation that fit was matter falling into a massive compact object, a black hole. In 1967, physicist John Wheeler gave them their famous name. In the 1970s, Stephen Hawking made a stunning prediction. Black holes are not truly black. They emit a faint glow of radiation caused by quantum effects near the event horizon. This Hawking radiation means that over unimaginably long timescales, black holes slowly evaporate and eventually disappear. A black hole the mass of our sun would take 10 to the power of 67 years to evaporate. That is a 1 followed by 67 zeros. But it would happen. Even black holes are not forever. And in 2019, the Event Horizon Telescope, a network of radio telescopes spanning the entire planet working together as one giant Earth-sized dish, captured the first actual image of a black hole. It was in the galaxy M87, 55 million light-years away, and it looked almost exactly like the theoretical predictions, that orange glowing ring around a dark center. Physics got it right. The black holes formed from dead stars are terrifying enough, but they are tiny compared to what lurks at the center of nearly every galaxy in the universe. Supermassive black holes. Our own Milky Way has one. It is called Sagittarius A star. It has a mass of approximately 4 million times our Sun. Its event horizon is about 14 million miles across. That sounds enormous until you realize the largest known black hole is Ton 618, a monster with a mass of 66 billion times our Sun. Its event horizon is larger than our entire solar system. If you placed it where our Sun is, its edge would extend past the orbit of Pluto. And here is a mystery that keeps astrophysicists up at night. We do not know how supermassive black holes got so big so fast. The universe is about 13.8 billion years old. We have found supermassive black holes that existed when the universe was less than a billion years old. There has not been enough time for them to grow that large by simply eating stars and gas. Something else is going on. Maybe they formed from the direct collapse of enormous gas clouds in the early universe. Maybe they grew from mergers of thousands of smaller black holes. Maybe they formed from something we have not thought of yet. Every galaxy we have looked at closely has a supermassive black hole at its center. It appears that galaxies and their central black holes grow together. They are not just sitting at the center, they are shaping the galaxy around them, influencing the birth of stars millions of light years away. They are not destroyers, they are architects. Now for the part that will keep you thinking for days. Implication number 1. Some physicists believe black holes might be wormholes, tunnels through space-time connecting one region of the universe to another, or even connecting to entirely different universes. The math allows it. Einstein and physicist Nathan Rosen showed in 1935 that the equations of general relativity permit these bridges. They are called Einstein-Rosen bridges. Whether they actually exist inside real black holes, and whether anything could survive the trip, is still an open question. But the possibility is real. Implication number 2. The holographic principle. This is one of the most mind-bending ideas in all of physics. It suggests that all the three-dimensional information that falls into a black hole is actually encoded on the two-dimensional surface of the event horizon, like a hologram. Some physicists have taken this further and proposed that our entire universe might work this way, that everything you see and experience in 3 dimensions might actually be a projection of information stored on a distant 2-dimensional surface. Your entire reality might be a hologram, and black holes gave us the first clue. Implication number 3. Physicist Lee Smolin proposed that every time a black hole forms, it creates a new baby universe inside itself. That universe has slightly different physical laws, slightly different constants, and in that universe new black holes form, which create new universes, each one slightly different. This would mean our universe might exist inside a black hole in a parent universe, and the black holes in our universe each contain their own universes, an infinite family tree of realities. It is the most scientifically grounded version of a multiverse theory that exists, and it started with a question about what is inside a black hole. So could we ever actually see inside a black hole? By definition, no. Information cannot escape the event horizon, so we can never directly observe the interior. But there are workarounds. Gravitational wave detectors like LIGO can detect the ripples in spacetime caused when 2 black holes merge. Those waves carry encoded information about the extreme conditions near and possibly inside the event horizon. Future space-based gravitational wave observatories could give us unprecedented data. Quantum experiments on Earth are simulating the conditions near black holes using exotic states of matter, and improvements to the Event Horizon Telescope could reveal finer details of the shadow and accretion disk structure that indirectly tell us about the interior geometry. We may never send a camera inside a black hole, but we might not need to. The universe is leaking clues, and we are getting better at reading them every year. A black hole is not just an object in space. It is a mirror that reflects the limits of human knowledge. It tells us that our understanding of the universe is incomplete, that nature operates on rules we have not fully decoded yet, that somewhere inside the darkest places in the cosmos there might be answers to the biggest questions we have ever asked. What is space really made of? What is time? Is our universe alone? And the most incredible part? We figured all of this out from here. From a tiny blue planet orbiting an ordinary star in a galaxy with a 4 million solar mass black hole at its center, that we cannot even see. We did it with math and telescopes and curiosity. And we are not done yet. If this video made you see the universe differently, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Drop a comment. Do you think there is something on the other side of a black hole? And check out our video on what would happen to your body in space without a suit. The science is just as wild. We will see you in the next one.